Oh man. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 2DaacTalk. This is episode 17? What? Boy, get off your phone.
Do you want to know what episode it is?
I don't care that much. You were on your phone before I even asked the question.
No, I know, and then I put my finger up.
Episode 17, which is rude by the
Put your
way.
money on it?
Yes.
Put your money on it?
11 pennies.
How much you want to... Oh, 11 pennies. 11 whole pennies. What was our last one even about? Do you remember?
It was the censored episode.
Yeah.
Where you just looked up a bunch of racial slurs and I just read them out loud.
Great episode.
His fault.
Yeah.
It was honestly
this is episode
one of our
17.
funniest videos. Oh, you owe me 11 pennies.
I didn't bet any money. You bet your money.
He owes me 11
Anyway,
pennies.
YouTube ripped us off.
Yeah, so... what? So the Logan versus KSI fight just happened. Jake Paul and Dudgy them too. All the other fights. But that fight happened. Me and Matthew recorded our entire reactions of both fights, which ended up over an hour and 40 minutes of video, and I edited it down to 40 minutes. We were going to upload it this Sunday, or the Sunday that just passed by, but they wouldn't let it go up because of copyright problems. And I'm just like...
They get uploaded, you said, right?
I uploaded it,
was
and then it just disappeared.
from our
So I copied the
uploads.
link, posted it to Facebook, clicked on the link, and it said, this video can't be watched because of copyrighted. So then and obviously I took the link down after that. So like...
Great.
40-minute video. It took... You know how long that took me to edit? That was the longest video we've ever made. I mean, it was 40 minutes, which is not the longest video, but it was over an hour and 40 minutes, and I cut about an hour of it out. I'm like, hundreds, probably thousands of other channels uploaded clips from the fight. People straight up released the entire, like, clips of the entire fight. Why aren't you working now?
I have a job.
Shut up. Okay, the light decided to stop working, so.
Okay.
So there's a 40-minute, possibly our most viewed video down the drain, because, you know, everyone's going to be clicking, watching videos about the fight, saying, oh, Logan should have won, KSI should have won. By the way, just in case you have been asleep for the past week, it was a draw, and Jake Paul beat Deji. So that had the potential to be our most viewed videos, so...
Maybe we can get a bunch of views on this. Be like, hey, YouTube is racist.
The title for this video will be the Logan versus KSI fight, and YouTube is racist.
Honestly, let's just make the thumbnail a thing from the fight, and then have exaggerated faces and be like, Logan Paul KSI fight reaction. It's not.
Even though
So just get the
I
clips
mean,
for it.
we got into, like, when we were watching it, we were, especially me, I was yelling during that fight. Like, there was some, like, good hits from both of them. It was a very intense, very good fight to watch.
Yeah.
I enjoyed
It was good
a
to
lot.
see Jake Paul bleed.
Jake Paul won, but he did bleed a lot.
He bled more.
He got
So
a bloody
Deji won.
nose. He got a bloody nose, but he did beat him in the 5th round and took him
Yeah.
out. Honestly, my personal opinion, I think Logan Paul should have won for a few reasons. One, I think he did better overall. Two, there was this chart proving that he landed way more hits than KSI. Three, KSI did like at least 3 illegal moves that I don't think got accounted for. So he should have gotten points taken away from those 3 illegal moves, including hitting Logan Paul in the head after the bell rang, which was very childish and uncalled for. I don't understand how that didn't get points taken away. And also, Logan Paul landing more hits should have just earned way more points. So I don't understand how it was a tie. It was definitely a close fight. KSI still did really good, especially after round 2. He started picking it up. But I don't understand how it was a tie. I think Logan Paul definitely should have won, but I guess we'll see in the rematch. I think Logan Paul would have won if it wasn't for 2 things. One, he dominated in the first 2 rounds, but basically after he got some good hits in and was toying with him, he was too busy toying with him. After he got some good hits in, he started teasing him. If he went through with it and kept hitting him, I think he could have knocked him out. Though he did say he did not want to win within the first 2 rounds. He wanted to knock him out in the 3rd round because you know, if we all waited 6 months just for a one round fight, that'd be kind of lame. Though it would have been, I would have still enjoyed it. Honestly, he did destroy the first rounds. I thought he had it in the bag, and then after that, he just kind of started slowing down. I'm excited for the rematch. And and the other thing he needs to work on to win is his stamina. Basically, once when he had all his energy and he wasn't tired, I think he's capable of destroying KSI. Like you saw when both of them started full energy, fully focused. Logan Paul not only was doing way better, he was messing with him. He was toying with him. But then after Logan Paul started getting tired, KSI, I guess, has a little bit better stamina, so he started gaining the upper hand at certain parts. I still think Logan Paul did better overall, but if Logan Paul had better stamina, he would be able to keep his full skill and keep going. Like there's some really good it's basically his downfall is after he got tired. Same with Deji. Deji's stamina is terrible. But his I'm hearing a lot of people say that Deji, his boxing skills were actually better than KSI's. His main downfall was one, he had little reach. But even though Jake Paul didn't use his big reach advantage, he didn't use it that much. Like he didn't take advantage of it that much. But the reason why Jake Paul won is because he has great stamina, when Deji doesn't. Jake Paul didn't seem to get that tired, or at least not nearly as much compared to Deji. He kept going. I think if Deji had the same stamina as Jake Paul, he would have won, because he shocked everyone. He shocked me and Matt, and we said it 1,000 times in our reaction video. We were both really surprised how well Deji did, so props to you.
Yeah, I expected him to get murdered.
I expected Jake Paul to destroy him because one, he's 4 inches taller than him. 2, he's way better shape, especially after seeing the weigh-in. You see Deji shirtless for the first time, and he looks like a random chubby dude off the street.
He still looks average.
He doesn't look fit at all, but he shocked it by doing really well. I think he had the best defense out of all 4 of them. I feel like Jake Paul didn't think he needed defense because he was expecting it to be easy, which was a downfall for him. And Logan Paul and KSI, they were both mainly focusing on they had some good dodges. They barely blocked any hits, but they had some really good dodges, especially Logan Paul. But I feel like they were both just 2 offense trains, ramming into each other. So that's why I was just constant. It was easily the most intense fight because of that. I was expecting to be the most intense fight because it was the main fight that we all came to see. But it was more intense than all the other fights combined. Most fights were one-sided. I would say that's the only fight that was very, very even throughout most of the fight.
Yeah.
Obviously the first 2 rounds, Logan Paul dominated. But then, it started evening out, basically. And then KSI definitely took the last round. But, the Raka versus Scarce fight, Raka destroyed that tall guy versus that 39-year-old. The tall guy, for the most point, was, messing with him. There was no doubt in my mind where I ever thought he's going to lose. And then there's Face Sensei versus that one guy. Actually, I think that other guy started doing better at first, and then he kind of switched it around and just took over.
I'm not excited for the rematch.
Why not?
I wasted all my excitement on this one. Not gonna lie.
I'm excited for it. I really want to see someone win.
I didn't care that much at first anyway, and then watching the fight was nice.
Yeah, you said you were more excited about this than any other thing you've ever watched in sports.
Yeah. I mean, everything else I ever watched, it's oh, Super Bowl. I don't follow football.
Me and Matthew...
I watch the Super Bowl for the ads like most normal people.
For the commercials.
Yeah, I would bet 2/3 at least of people who watch Super Bowls are social watchers.
If you're not a middle-aged man, you're watching the Super Bowl, you're probably watching for the commercials.
Yeah, and because someone's throwing a party. And
if someone throws a party, I'll go just for the party. Yeah, I will say though, me and Matthew don't really care that much about sports, especially watching sports. The only time I'll ever really care about sports is if one of my teams are doing really well. And since I'm mainly Chicago-based, my teams usually don't do that well.
Hey, hockey.
I don't care that much about hockey.
They do good in hockey.
Well, I mean, they haven't won since 2013, but
They're the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are pretty great.
Not right now. They've been doing terrible since 2014.
The last 100 years overall, yeah.
I mean, out of the last 100 years, they still only won it like 10 times. That's still only a 10% winning.
I believe you'll find it's 11.
I
I think it's either 11 or 13. I'm not certain.
I think it's 11, and then first place is the Yankees. Dude,
Don't they have like
the Red Sox are destroying in their league right now.
Are they?
They have over 80 wins, which is more than any other team. I think the second highest in a different league is the Cubs with like 67 wins. And then the second highest is in the Red Sox league, which is the Yankees, which have over 70 wins. But that doesn't matter because it's in their league. It doesn't matter if they have more than any of the other leagues. All that matters is they win in their league, and then it goes to next. So that means the Red Sox have a good chance of winning already. Oh yeah, sports.
Yeah.
The last time I got really
dead bug.
maybe. Look, yeah, it looks like a squash spider. It's really stuck on there.
Gross.
The last time I got really excited for a sports game was when the Cubs won the World Series. When they played in the World Series and won in 2016. I got really excited. I was like...
I forgot exactly what I looked up because I really wanted to everybody talks about, at least in Central Illinois, everybody talks about Cubs, Cardinals, and all that. And, people are usually like, oh, the Cubs are doing good now, or oh, the Cardinals have more of these wins overall and all that. And I looked at most of the stuff overall, like wins, losses throughout their whole
Wasn't
history.
I there for that?
You might have been. Actually, I think I did this at home,
I
and then I
know
wrote
you did
it
it
down.
here, and you looked up a bunch of, not just
All
baseball,
sorts. But I looked up their Golden Glove awards and all that stuff.
Apparently the Bears have a really high winning rate. They've just only ever won one Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Which is
we
weird.
We looked at all that stuff.
The Bears are
when I was
known
here.
for starting off bad and then coming back strong and taking over. So I guess they win a lot. They just don't win enough to get, because it doesn't matter if you win.
They win the wrong ones.
If you win all the beginning games and then lose all the finals, that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many games you win. You will lose. You won't make it to the Super Bowl if you don't win the big ones.
Yeah. So with Cubs, Cardinals, I was looking at all the major.
Cubs had really good too overall.
Yeah, all the major awards. I was specifically looking at awards and tournament wins and stuff. The Cubs lead in, I believe it was 2 fields. What 2 things overall do the Cubs have better than Cardinals, it looked like, by awards and stuff?
I don't know what.
They have better managers, they list better managers and better second basemen for some reason. It was the only ones they have more awards for. I think they had more manager of the year awards and then more second baseman awards, which is weird. Why second baseman? But it was consistently second baseman. It wasn't even one type of award. The different fields of awards, they kept leading in second baseman.
We only take W's on this channel. Oh.
George W's.
Speaking of George W.
You remember 9/11?
We just hit 1,000 subscribers.
Pair of towers.
That wasn't even a good joke.
No, it wasn't. It's terrible.
That didn't even make sense. It was just a dumb joke. You just really.
I swear I'm not retarded.
You just really wanted to make a 9/11 joke so bad.
I just said George W. and then you were we just hit 1,000 subscribers, and I was like, how can I make that?
John McCain is dead.
Yeah, and he claims to be pro-life.
That was good. Wow.
Sorry.
I mean, that was better than the stupid 1,000 pair of towers. Alright.
I didn't sleep much last night. Stop. But, yeah.
There was a shootout at a game convention, too. Have you heard about that?
Yeah, we need more activists standing up for the gamers.
Well, I heard that
No,
those conventions barely have any security. According to the people that were there, and that Keemstar has talked about, he said,
let's get right.
Yeah. He said they don't have that much, they have little to no security. And,
yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It's a video game convention. Everybody there.
If there's any event ever going on with a large group of people, there should always be security. Doesn't matter if it's a video game event. Doesn't matter if it's a little girl's birthday party
Tina
with 100
Mongeau's,
people. Doesn't matter if it's a My Little Pony fandom meetup group with over 100 people.
Okay, at that
It
point,
should
I
have
don't
damn
want them to have security.
Yeah, we want them to get killed. No, but seriously though, if it's a large group of people and it's an event with a large group of people, it should have security regardless. I mean, who's going to control the crowd if it goes crazy?
Well, here's the thing.
Like
At a video game
Tanamandu.
convention, everyone there's a school shooter. What's the point?
He's got a point!
What's the point, man? Everybody there's violent.
Everyone there has violent thoughts and
That's like
led to
just
violence.
let all the dudes in a violent prison yard walk around and then have like 2 guards stand in the middle of it. Like,
Well, it's funny because these people didn't grow up violent. They're the ones that got bullied and then like eventually break. Like they're like the ones that get pushed around and won't hurt anyone, and then they break, and that's when it all happens. So it's like the unexpected criminals.
I expect it.
It's like the Squidwards. Squidward's gonna go crazy. No,
Squidward's more depressing than that, honestly.
they're like the Adam Sandlers from Anger Management. Remember how
That's a decent
Remember
movie.
when how he described him? Like,
Yeah.
I don't have anger management. I'm a very calm person. Like, you know what? You're the kind of angry person you are. You're the kind of angry person that'll keep to himself, and then one day break and shoot up the place. I'm like, whoa. I mean, yeah. I could see that
That's
more.
true.
Definitely more than
Not even Adam Sandler in that movie, just Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler in general.
He's starting to get there. I mean, his last, 1,400 movies have bombed.
That's because they're like this deal he made with Netflix.
Dude, he needs to stop.
Just retire. You've made a lot of good movies.
No, you know
don't
what
ruin
I
your
think?
legacy by making just as many bad movies. You're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, I think. So you can retire happy.
Ooh. I actually am curious now. But also, you know what I feel like he should do?
What?
A TV show. I know it's a
it would
step
have to
down.
be good.
It's a step down, but the ideas he's been having are things that would be better as a show. Like that, the
Is
cowboy.
he writing these movies?
I think he just has part of a hand in overseeing the writing. I'm not sure, actually. You know what? Let's see. There was the Ridiculous 6 movie in 2015. Let's see if he wrote that.
There was the Do-Over.
Yeah, the do-over. with
That
David
honestly
Spade.
wasn't terrible. I
haven't seen it yet.
I kind of enjoyed that one.
Oh! So you know Roger Ebert?
No.
He's the most famous American film critic. He's reviewed thousands of
Critics
films.
ain't got nothing nice to say.
He's the most revered critic in all of America. Guess what he gave the Ridiculous 6?
What?
0.5 out of 4.
Out of 4, that's such a weird rating.
He's been doing it since the 70s, I think. That's when 4 stars was more standard.
Why?
I don't know.
Just go to 5 to 10. Just do 10.
10.
It's easier to do it.
Ah.
That's basically 0.5 out of 4 is equivalent to 25% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Alright, so I'm going to
Wait, no. No, that's wrong.
I'm gonna go
Don't
ahead
listen to me.
see who wrote this. And also, I am curious about how
Half
much
that.
he's worth.
I'm pretty sure it's like 300 million or something.
I would guess anywhere between 250 and 400 million.
It was a lot more than I thought. I didn't like it. He's never been in a high box office movie. Like, what's the highest grossing movie he's ever been in? Like a couple $100 million.
Maybe.
You'd
I don't know.
You'd expect it to be higher. Wouldn't
Let's
you?
see what his. I mean, 50 First Dates was probably really successful. Let's go ahead and
But I doubt it made like hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars.
One sec.
Like, I bet you the highest he's ever been in it was 300 million at most. It's like same with Jim Carrey. Like, he's never been in a super high like grossing movie. His highest was like 200 to 300 million, and he's considered one of the biggest actors of all time.
Yeah.
Adam Sandler
Adam
too.
Sandler. 50 First Dates made 196.3 million.
Less than 200 million.
What about Anger Management? Should be really.
That probably
popular.
made less.
Probably. But we can see. Why do I care? I don't know.
It's because his
But
movies
I do.
turn into classics that people will like buy. Oh no! Landed on the wet spot.
Dirty!
Ah. That was pretty loud.
We're probably going to reuse that still. Oh, Anger Management, 195.7.
Oh, so 1 million less, or about. So about the same though.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this now? Who cares?
Nobody, but let's see how the Grinch Stole Christmas
That
sold.
probably has a higher potential.
Because I think that's the one that's the highest grossing Jim Carrey film.
Really?
Yeah, it was really successful from what I
Mr.
remember.
Grinch.
Let's go ahead and see how much this made. Come
Who do
on!
you think won the fight? Logan Paul or KSI? Why
Leave
am I
your
even-
answer in the comments.
Only if you're mutual. Nah, there's no one.
If you like one of them, don't give an answer.
Well,
I mean, that's probably why you'd be interested in the fight. But don't give an answer.
I mean, let's be honest though. If you're a Logan Paul fan, you're gonna say Logan Paul won regardless. If you're a KSI fan, you're gonna say KSI regardless. Me personally, I tried to stay neutral as possible in this whole beef between the two brothers. I will say I've been a decent Logan Paul fan for the past few years. Basically, after the whole Suicide Force thing, I just kind of kept it more on the low and just stayed more mutual, especially since the whole fight thing kind of happened, or like KSI challenged him to a fight like right afterwards, like a month later. And I basically just stayed mutual because I knew who KSI was. I knew he had a brother, Comedy Shorts Gamer, and I enjoyed KSI's content at least a little bit. I will say, like, not too long ago I started watching the Sidemen, and their videos are alright, especially Simon's videos. Those are cool.
Okay,
So if you're watching this, sub. Nice hair.
I was wrong. I think The Mask is the one that made the most. Because it says The Grinch made $345 and The Mask made like $351.
Huh.
So he's got a couple that are high. I mean, that was 1994 too. 1994.
Yeah,
that
the
was
Titanic
still
made
really
over
high.
$1 billion.
Titanic was the #1 for a decade.
Jurassic Park made over $1 billion. That was 1995, I think.
Yeah, that was also a world record. I mean,
It was the
come
highest
on.
grossing for 2 years.
Right.
And then Titanic took over.
I'd be so mad if I was Steven
2
Spielberg.
years.
Steven Spielberg's like, all right, pumping out Star Wars,
For 2.
world record. No, wait. Jaws, world record. Star Wars, world record. Jurassic Park,
Do you have
world record.
something to do with the first Star Wars?
Yeah, he was a producer.
In the first one?
Yeah,
Okay.
he was part of.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he was. I think he's been on since the beginning.
Jaws was the highest grossing movie in the world until Star Wars Episode 4 came out in
Was
1977.
E.T. highest?
And then I think E.T. barely passed them.
Yeah,
And then I don't know if
and then I think next was Jurassic Park.
I don't know if a movie passed that until Jurassic Park.
I think it was Jurassic Park.
And
But
then
dude, that's
Titanic,
like four in a row.
and then Avatar.
And then
Nothing's
James
past
Cameron is
Avatar
like,
yet.
screw you, man. I got Titanic and Avatar. And he's still got Titanic.
Can you
and
imagine
Avatar.
having 1 and 2, and then you get beat by one guy who gets 1 and 2, and now you're 3 and 4?
I
Oh,
can.
yeah, E.T. Wait,
Imagine
who's
you're
E.T.
1,
made?
2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
And some dude drops you to 3, 4, 5, and 6.
I mean, he still has more movies.
Right. And
on
he's
the
also
list.
worth more. I think Steven Spielberg's worth like what, $3 billion.
I don't know.
The dude is insanely rich. It's mostly because of royalties, though. Like, I don't think he gets paid that much up front for the actual directing.
I
work.
mean, George Lucas got billions of dollars just from selling Star Wars, which was a big mistake. Because 1, he could have sold it for more than like $4 billion or however much, and 2, Disney is ruining Star Wars.
Dude, Disney ruins everything.
They do. What is?
Well, they did okay with Avengers, but that's because they aren't having Disney really. I mean, they still have the Marvel people.
They did good. They're doing good with Marvel, but everything else they're ruining.
Disgusting.
They're ruining Star Wars.
They're ruining
Episode
copyright
7
law.
was bad. Episode 8 was terrible. Rogue One was bad. I haven't seen the Solo movie, but I bet you it sucks. I mean, they failed box office wise, so it doesn't matter if they got good ratings. Either way, it only has 74% on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. So it's not like that's a C. That's a C.
Gay. It looks like George Lucas is worth more than Steven Spielberg.
I'm not surprised. I mean, he sold Star Wars or Lucasfilms.
Right.
Which
True.
owns Star Wars.
That's true. I mean, he sold a whole studio, so that makes sense. He's worth $5.5 billion. Dude, you know what's crazy? How much is Jeff Bezos worth now? He hit $100 billion. He was the second person ever to hit $100 billion.
Who's the first?
Actually, Bill Gates was worth $100 billion around 1999, and then he went back down. He sold.
How do you
like,
go down so much?
He put a ton of money into foundations,
Like
and,
over 20 billion?
research and stuff. Yeah, billions on billions. But he was the first person, and then Jeff Bezos did it again, and I think it was like January or something. Like, it was less than a year ago. But how much is he worth now? He hit $100 billion less than a year ago.
120.
156.8.
I knew it.
This dude is leading by over 60 billion. Bill Gates is at
He could give-
94.9.
Wait, never mind. I almost said something really dumb.
No, say it.
No, I'm not going
He could give
to.
everyone in the world $100 or something.
No, I almost said he could give half America $1 billion.
No, right, yeah, that is stupid. I thought for a second, I was like...
See, you're dumb too!
No, I was like, 156.
He could give everyone in America $1 million, though.
Alright, hold on. 156, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Think about it. 1,000,000 seconds is about 11 days.
Okay, there's like 7...
A billion
Is it like
seconds
7.5
is like
billion?
32 years.
Are we at 7.5 billion people yet?
Or we passed that, yeah. We're at like 7.6.
Alright. Okay, fine. I'll do 7.6.
Living young.
He could give everyone in the world $20.50. That's
Why doesn't he?
disgusting.
Why doesn't he?
Exactly. Jeff Bezos, you selfish
Why don't
turd.
you give everyone $20?
You monster.
I want $20, Jeff.
I'm gonna make that a shirt. I want $20, Jeff. Where's my $20, Jeff? Jeff Bezos looks like an egg.
All the Jeffs in the world give me $20 and then I become richer than him. How many Jeffs are in the world?
This dude is like one of the only rich dudes I've ever looked up who's had a stable life. It looks like he's been married to the same woman for...
Dude, how'd you get a
Okay, I
stable
want to make
wife?
sure I'm
How
not
would
25 years.
Dude, how'd your wife not go mental? How is she still stable?
No, like most dudes like that.
Most rich dudes go
through like
through
6
wives.
wives. They go through wives.
Bill Gates,
like,
13 and a half wives.
No, I'm trying to think. They go through wives like...
Knives go through butter.
No. They go through wives like
Henry Clive.
melting butter through popcorn.
No.
A lot. Okay. He has 4 children. This dude.
I wonder if he's gonna actually put them in there as well, unlike Bill Gates.
Nah.
Bill
Dude,
Gates,
I would want to do that.
understand wanting your children to work and earn their own money, but you're literally giving them nothing? Man, I would give my kids a lot if I were you. Maybe not all of it. Maybe you can invest it in some like charities or companies. You can give it to cancer. But none for your children? I'm sure they'd be happy with at least $1 billion. You have billions to spare, bro.
Bro.
Sorry, I'm talking high. We just watched Mac and...
Yeah, we watched Mac and Devin go to high school. One of the biggest heaps of trash I've ever seen. A lot of it's hilarious.
Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg.
A lot of it's hilarious and partly on purpose, partly on accident. Mostly on accident.
It's hilariously awful.
It's worth a watch, I guess, if you have a free hour, because it's an hour 15.
It's only an hour. It's only about an hour long. A little bit over.
Pretty explicit, not gonna lie.
It's pretty
I don't
explicit.
know how people didn't have a problem. Like,
Rated R,
I don't think it
nudity.
came out in theaters or anything, and if it did, it was limited.
Basically, it's about,
Weed.
I sell weed at school, and I do really well. So let me just stay here for 15 years and sell weed. Oh, this dude is a stick in the butt. And he's a valedictorian. He's AKA Wiz Khalifa. He's this good student. Let me ruin his life and get him addicted to weed.
Yeah.
I know what you're thinking.
Well,
You can't get addicted to
what
weed.
happens?
This guy gets addicted to weed.
What happens is Snoop Dogg is... Okay. Mac and Devin are talking, and... Okay, I'll just do nerd, pothead. Nerd's like, man, I'm stressed out. Pothead's like, man, let me help you out. He gives him a brownie with weed in it without his knowledge, first of all. So that's really morally
He's
messed
stressed
up,
out because
no
he has
matter
to
what
make
your
a
opinion
speech
is.
for the valedictorian. Since he's valedictorian, he has to make a speech for the graduation.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend's like super strict and like, we have to go to Yale together. If you don't get into Yale, I'm breaking up with you.
Yeah, and she's like, joking, but seriously. Joking. No, seriously.
And then she sends him a text immediately after. Seriously, don't mess up. And then he
Eats a lot of
ruins
tattoos.
his life, gets him a bunch of tattoos, gets him addicted to weed, and then apparently his life is okay, and then everyone in the school does weed, and everyone's perverted and stuff.
Yeah, everyone is morally depraved in this
Everyone's
movie.
extremely obsessed with weed.
You know when people were like, you know...
And then at the end, he gives the speech, and he starts singing the theme song, and then everyone just starts dancing and smoking weed, and he gets into yell. But
he sings it a cappella, too, which is extremely awkward.
It's so awkward because Wiz Khalifa cannot sing. Like, it really shows you the difference between what polishing in a studio can do to your voice or auto-tune. Like, it does a lot. It makes you go from, to, Exactly like that.
Anyway, so he was worth $100 billion in '99. And what happened was a federal antitrust case decision against Microsoft, and the tech bubble burst in early 2000. So what happened was he lost a lot of money in a federal case, I guess is what happened, and then he also gave money to charities and stuff. So I hope that's the case where he made a judge. He actually made a judge crack up multiple times by just joking through the entire case. Like they'd be like, asking him a question, he'd be like, "Sir, could you define the?" And when you say this, what do you mean by he? Like the most.
Did he jump over a chair?
I hope he did.
You remember that meme?
Yeah, I love that clip. Oh, I've heard you can jump over a chair. That's right.
He's like
jumps.
He's like, depends on the chair. Jumps over the chair. Remember the dab he did?
Yeah. It's the best thing ever. I love they put the Windows restart.
I wonder how much he would be worth now if he didn't lose all that money.
I would think probably around a little less than Jeff Bezos.
You
Still,
think
like
less?
maybe 130, because he still gave a ton to charity,
He also didn't give any to charity.
and he also probably
About the same.
160, 170. I don't
A little
know.
more.
Yeah, because he's given away so much to charity.
Which is good. Good for this dude. Because you can live comfortably, very, very comfortably, with $100 million for the rest of your life.
Dude, with 10
I
million,
mean,
you can live
obviously, you don't want to go too crazy, but you can live very comfortably with $100 million for the rest of your life. And this dude's worth $100 billion, or it was.
Right.
I would be a little annoyed, not because I was like, oh man, I was the only person worth $100 billion, and at the time there was anyone near him. And now I'm not worth $100 billion, but I'm like, I'm still worth tens of billions of dollars. I'm still on and off of the richest man alive for the next
And he has
decade.
the record for like longest standing, kind of overall.
Just like PewDiePie does with YouTube, but not for long. T-Series is coming for ya.
T-Series is on your tail, man.
Over 55 million.
About to go down. Dude, weren't they at like 56 million?
I don't know. They were at 55.8 last time.
I'm about to make myself
So
angry.
T-Series, a record label in India, has a YouTube channel with
Sadly.
over 55 million subscribers.
Disgusting.
But about a month ago, they had 40 million?
They hit 40 million in June, and then they hit 50 million by July.
They've been the fastest growing channel on YouTube for the longest time. What? Are they at 57 or something? PewDiePie has 65 million. We're
59.3 million.
What?
They were at 56 million 2 weeks ago.
They're gaining millions of subscribers in weeks.
Hold on, I'm gonna go to social.
They're gonna pass PewDiePie in the top most sub channel.
Look, hold on.
By the end of the year.
We're at 32. I'm gonna spend the next 3 minutes or
Alright,
so.
you sit down.
Right. I'm gonna spend the next.
They're
3
gonna
minutes or
pass.
so.
They're gonna pass PewDiePie within the next few months, which sucks because even though I don't think PewDiePie really deserves being the most sub channel because he's not that funny.
It could be in weeks, like a month.
He's about to be passed. I don't know why. It feels like just everyone in India. I know there's over 1 billion people in India alone, but it just feels like everyone in India that owns a computer, so about 65 million people. Everyone in India that owns a computer is just subbing to the channel.
You're a bad person.
Look, India's a broke country.
You're a bad person. Oh my!
Look, what?
This is the first time
What, you
I've
think
seen
they're gonna
this.
watch us? No, they're too busy watching T-Series.
No, I don't care if they watch us. I care if other judgmental white people watch us.
Man, if you're a white, judgmental white person,
If you're a white, judgmental white, cis hetero
Sit
male,
on your face.
white, Caucasian white.
let's be honest. India is, for the most part, a not very well-standing country.
Honestly, the way that their governments run is disgusting. A lot of the people are forced to live in poverty. They even have to, they have to use. They
So
don't have
unless you're in
bathrooms a lot of
Dubai,
times.
which
It's
is like the
horrible.
only rich country or only rich city in India, so unless you're in Dubai, which is the only rich city in India, then you're living poor. No,
Bro.
I'm just joking.
How many views are they getting a day?
A lot.
100 million.
A day?
A day.
They have over 40 billion views.
And they're averaging 150,000 subs a day.
150,000 subs a day.
They have an
100
A++.
million views a day.
They have an A++ on Social Blade. The highest
Over
I've ever
40
seen before
billion
this was
views.
an A.
Where did this channel come from?
Hell, apparently.
It came out of nowhere.
I'm gonna
It's
click
been
on
around
live.
it's been around forever. But out of nowhere, it decided growing subs and views. Like, it's been around for years and years.
Bro.
It always had less than 5 million subscribers. It had way more, it had a lot of views still, but it wasn't even in the top 10. It had like 10 billion views, and I was like, whoa, where'd this channel come from?
Dude.
Now it has over 40 billion views and almost 60 million subscribers, and it's about to be the most sub channel on YouTube. It is predicted to hit 10 or 100 million subscribers within the next 2 years.
Oh yeah, look, it's only gone up how much they're growing by too. In
100 million subs. There is the music channel, has over 100 million subs. But you know, like, you guys know those channels made by YouTube that forced YouTube channels to subscribe to them, like music,
YouTube,
sports, gaming, which all have like 50 million plus subscribers. Like, gaming has over 70. Music has 102 million subs. So, I mean, technically, that's the most sub channel with over 100 million subs. But it's not a real channel. It has 0 uploads. It only shares other already uploaded videos, like from Vivo. And YouTube forced accounts to subscribe to these channels after signing up for YouTube.
Bro.
So no one counts those anyway.
So this is what's upsetting. T-Series in 2016 was making less than 1 million subs a month, which is normal. It looks like they were making like 250,000 a month, so decent
Still
rate.
pretty good.
Yeah. And then 2017...
That's nothing compared to now.
January 2017, they started getting 1 million a month. By the end of 2017, they were getting 2 million a month. By April, they were up to 3.5 a month. Now they're at 4.5 a month. They're only going up in how much they're growing. It's not even like, oh, they're growing so much. They're growing in growth.
Remember when Logan and Jake Paul were the top growing channels in 2017, getting 2 million a month?
Yeah, I remember thinking that was ridiculous, but this is way...
So Logan Paul was the fastest channel to ever hit 10 million subscribers from day one of being a channel. Took him, I think he said 333 days, so less than a year of being a channel, or at least the Logan Paul Vlogs one. It hit 10 million subs. If T-Series wasn't already around for a while, I mean, they've hit tens of millions of subs in just a couple months. In a few months, they hit over 10 million. Like, they gained another 10 million. So, like, can you imagine if they were the fastest? Who do you think is going to be the person to take the title from Logan Paul as fastest channel to ever hit 10 million? I guess
we wouldn't know.
Yeah,
yet,
I guess we
they're
wouldn't
not gonna
know
exist.
because if the person does already exist, he's
a new
probably not
PewDiePie
famous.
channel.
You think it's gonna be a? I don't know. PewDiePie's videos are very unoriginal.
Right. No one goes there for the video ideas. They go there for the personality.
Well, I mean, even then, he gets like 3 to 5 million views. He has 65 million subscribers.
True,
He
but
gets
I
less
doubt-
than Logan Paul and Jake Paul.
I doubt the people that watch him watch every video. So it's not like only 3 to 5 million watch at least once a week. It's probably way more than that, but they only watch a video if it looks interesting to them.
Yeah, like I don't watch
Like a
every
couple times a
PewDiePie
week.
video, but if there's a title that catches my eye, I almost
So I mean,
click it.
I would believe there's in the range of 10 million people who watch like once.
I mean, he's still a smart YouTuber. He knows what videos will get more views. Let me make a video about the Logan Paul versus Jake Paul, or Logan Paul, Jake Paul, KSI, Deji. Let me make a video about that fight right after the fight happened, because I know if I do it really soon, and I put them in the title, it's gonna get extra views. He made a video just called Straight Up Jake Paul, and after Jake Paul's controversy, and then he made one just called Straight Up Logan Paul after Logan Paul's controversy with the Suicide Forest. Both of those videos have about 30 million views. They were the only videos that got. The Logan Paul one, I think, is the only video that has 30 million views this year. I don't think he has another one that has that many views.
Yeah, no, I think his most viewed outside of that's probably like 10.
I mean, he still does better than most YouTubers, but for being the most sub-channel, like, I mean...
Last annoying thing, okay?
Have you heard of Laserbeam?
I think so.
Basically, Fortnite created his channel. Like, he had about 1.2 million subscribers. The reason why I've heard of him is because he was on some Achievement Hunter videos before he started skyrocketing subs and views. He had about 1.2 million subscribers and 300 million views on his channel. Then Fortnite came out, and his average video probably got, I'd say, about 300,000 views. And now Fortnite came out, he has about 4.5 million subscribers and over 900 million views in just 2 months.
2 months?
Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Out of nowhere, like he went from a small, slightly growing YouTube channel with okay views, and his average video gets to like 2 to 5 million views, and he uploads every day. So he went from decent sized YouTubers kind of growing to boom, legit, and he's still growing fast. He yesterday I looked at the stats. He earned more subscribers in one day than Logan Paul, Jake Paul, KSI, and Deji. Not combined, and not by much, but still. Those are like, especially based off of recently, they've been some of the most trending YouTubers. Though it's been a while since like Logan Paul or Jake Paul hit a large amount of subscribers in a short period of time. I think it's actually been the Suicide Force was the last time he hit 1 million subscribers in less than a month, which was in January this year.
Dude.
What?
So I wish there was something that would say how many uploads a channel does a day on Social Blade, but there's not.
There might be a website that does it.
Maybe. But the T-Series channel has 12,620 videos at 46.4 something billion views. That averages out to 3.6 million a video. But they get 100 million views a day.
And you look at their videos.
So they must be uploading dozens of videos every day.
Well, yeah, you look at their videos, they
Yeah.
don't get that many views. I mean, they've been getting more lately, but
They have a few that are like hundreds of millions, and then most of them are like 100,000, 100,000,
most of them get less than 1 million views.
100 million, 100,000, 100,000, 100,000, 100 million, you know? So, let's just see how many upload a day, just today alone.
Despacito. They're about to be the
Wait.
first channel to hit 50 billion views.
Alright, okay, so let's see. So today alone, they've uploaded two videos. Yesterday, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 days ago, 1, 2. 4 days ago, 1,
So they
2,
upload
3,
multiple
4.
times a day. So that means basically like every music.
20 million views on one, and then 318,000, 70,000, 886,000,
70,000. Like.
and then
It feels like just every musician in India posts to the T-Series channel. So like that's the area to go. That's what it feels like.
right, okay,
It's like that's the place to go for music in India. Like they're not allowed to have their own channels. If you want to be a musician in India, you have to put it on T-Series.
all right. I'm gonna sort these by view count. If you search T-Series, the most viewed T-Series video, how many views?
357 million.
556 million, 449, 349,
Billion? Wow.
305, 301, 296, 295. So they have a bunch.
Do they even have 500 million people with a computer in India?
500 million? I don't know.
Well, what's the population? Like 1.2, 1.3 billion, I think. I think it's 1.3 billion. I
believe it's 1.2 to 1.4.
I know China has more, and I think they have 1.4. But not for long. India is set to pass China within the next 50
growing
years.
the most.
But Africa is set to pass Asia in population
Oh!
within the next 100 years.
So India in 2016, 1.324 billion. China, as of 2010,
Good.
they haven't done an accounting since, but as of 2010, China had 1.338 billion. So
it's still
India
more,
now,
but
India now is a little less.
But
than
that was
China 6
8 years ago.
8
Or
years
6
ago.
years. Wait, was that
6 years
that was
before
20
India. India got 2016 there.
So that means I'm sure China's. I mean, you could probably look up the population of China and find a more updated one.
Right.
But either way, China is the most populated. It's said within like the next 30 to 50 years, India is set to pass China and become the most populated country. But it also says within the next 100 years, Africa is set to pass Asia as the most populated country, and not only by a little, by a lot. Like in Asia is about 4 billion people right now, 4.5 billion, and then I think Africa is like 1.1 billion or something like that.
China has about 30 million more as of 2016.
Only 30 million more. India's coming close. They're about to pass them within the next few years.
I wouldn't be surprised
I
if they
wouldn't-
passed them this year.
Like, I don't know about this year, but I would
I
think
mean, that was
definitely within the
2016.
next couple of years.
2016, they were only ahead by 30 million.
That's
so.
true.
All right. I think I need to go home, man.
I think.
Right?
Yeah, they said Africa is gonna hit 10 billion people within the next 200 years, and then Asia will only be at like 5 or 6 billion.
I really think it'll taper off, you know?
I don't know,
Like-
man. They don't care, man. They just go crazy. They have no laws. Just joking.
I mean,
Legit though, Africa doesn't give a crap, man. You can spit out babies. China, Like they're working on their population. Like China's trying to
but also,
stop.
I mean,
You're only allowed to have 2 kids, or else they're like
You're much more likely to have your kid,
out here.
you know, to have your kid die of disease really easily.
Yeah,
or
but
get
they're just like,
lost
oh
or
crap,
eaten.
let's try again.
Right.
I mean, their population growth is huge right now. That's why they're predicting that if it stays at
Right.
the same rate, they're
If
gonna
it stays
pass.
at the same rate, but I bet.
Which,
I bet
nah,
it goes
man.
down.
Unless they have like some sort of black plague, nothing's gonna happen.
No, it's just, you know, it's not. It wouldn't stay the same.
What? So
trend.
you think they're not gonna pass Asia within the next 100 years?
Possible.
It said by 2100, they'll pass them by. They would have passed.
I would
them by.
believe it's possible, but I don't think Africa's going to keep exploding like they are. I think it'll
Why not?
Be,
Unless they
well,
have.
I mean, why would they stay on the same track? Like it's like all
Dude,
of a sudden,
you know,
all of a sudden they start growing and they just keep growing.
I mean, they still are. They're still the second highest populated continent.
I would just figure though, like it'd be like a spike. You know,
Mhm.
like it's not like they're gonna just stop growing, but I feel like their growth would be.
I'm saying unless out of nowhere they like unless medicine stops getting better there, which it is getting better just very slowly, and they have like some sort of black plague that wipes out half the continent, I'm pretty sure they'll be fine with their growth. I mean, there's a lot of room there, dude. People are gonna have to start moving into the desert, Sahara Desert, man.
They used to be rocks.
Now it's sand.
It's gonna be dust soon.
Anakin Skywalker would have hated there.
It's rough.
I don't like sand.
It's everywhere. I want to
What
punch
was-
that dude in the face.
Dude, Hayden Christensen.
I know he didn't write that line, but I still want to punch him in
Hey.
the face.
Hey, guys, we're podcasting here. Can you stop it making the noise?
Alright.
No, but what was George Lucas thinking when he wrote that dialogue? All the dialogue between him and
That
Padme.
writing must be easy, and he doesn't know why he didn't do it in the first place.
But like, what? Like he was trying to make it emotional. Every like Anakin and Padme scene. We're talking about the Star Wars
So
prequels,
bad,
by the
though.
way.
I've seen a
Like,
few of them.
In
And I'm
episode
like,
2, when he started flirting with Padme, like,
yeah, I've seen a few of those. I'm like, dude,
your thought. He was like, your thought torrents my soul. Every night I think of you. You're exactly the way I remember you in my dreams.
I hate
It
you for
sounds
saying
rapey.
that stuff. Yeah, it does sound rapey.
All right, thank you guys for watching.
It's 47 minutes. Wow.
Oh man, it's gonna take forever to download. This is longer than the fight. Who do you think win? Try not to be biased.
Ooh, I think one. Or
KSI
the
versus
comments.
Logan Paul.
Okay, I was like,
Who do you
you're just
think won
asking
in
me
Who do
randomly.
you think won in the comments? Who do you think won?
For the 4 people that'll watch to this point,
Yeah, Ethan, you can tell us, even though you already told me.
come on, Ethan. Who won?
Try not to be biased, everyone. Thank you for watching. All right, now we need to do something.
Wait. If you think Logan won, leave a like. If you think KSI won, leave a like. If you think Jake won, share.
Dislike.
If you think Deji won, share. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
If you think Jake Paul won, dislike, because we don't want your like. Wait, no.
If you think Jake Paul won,
Don't. We have to do something for like 30 seconds as I put music over with. Take the audio. Don't press the button. Come here. Come here. Say hi to the camera.